The first place that you can use Kajabi AI is for your landing pages and your sales pages. So I'll do a little demo with a landing page. So I'm here in the landing pages menu in Kajabi, and I'm going to click on new landing page. And to be honest, I played around with this, the lead generation page creator, which is like kind of like an AI powered option that Kajabi added recently, but I felt that it was very basic. And so I prefer, when I'm making a landing page with AI, I prefer to use this other method that I'm going to show you. So first you would choose your landing page template. So I'm going to go here to the opt-in templates and I'm going to click view all. And I'm going to choose one and click get started. I'm just going to call this demo. And Kajabi will set up the landing page for me. And now the place where AI comes into play here is when you're writing the copy for the landing page. So I clicked on this text block, and over here on like the editing bar on the side, you'll see what looks like kind of like a pencil with these stars around it. And when I hover, it says Content Assistant. So that's basically like Kajabi's AI feature for this thing. So you click on it and it asks you to put in a prompt. But before I type anything, I want to point out that it says, example, act like a marketer, write a hook for a headline on a landing page for a course about. So you basically have to tell Kajabi what it is that you're looking for on this page. If you don't know where to start and you're not really familiar with creating prompts for AI, you can click here where it says prompt suggestions, and this will take you to basically like a Kajabi tutorial page that explains what to do to create prompts. But I'll just show you an example here. So I'm going to say, write a benefit focused headline and short description about a free guide that helps families on a budget to save for their child's college education. So the thing to point out here is that you're telling the AI assistant what you want. So I want a headline and I want a short description. I'm also telling it what this is about. So it's about a free guide for families on a budget that want to save for their child's education. Now I'm going to go a little bit into more detail about what I want. So I'm going to say include a short introduction and 3 to 5 bullets about what the reader will learn from the guide. And then include a call to action that encourages the reader, the person, to enter their name and email address in order to receive the guide. So just be explicit about what you're looking for. But this structure of having an introduction, then some bullets, and then a call to action, you can follow that structure for a lot of different things that you would be creating on a landing page, whether that's for a freebie, it could be a landing page that serves to get people registered for an event, or even for a sales page. So with a sales page, what I would do is enter prompts not for the entire page, but just for one section at a time, because a sales page tends to be a lot longer and have a lot more sections, and it's too much to try to prompt the content assistant to write the entire thing. So just do it one section at a time. So then after you put in your prompt, you click generate. And I found that the content assistant is pretty quick in terms of, before I even finished my sentence, it had already produced something for me. So it gave me a headline. secure your child's future, learn how to save for college on a budget. So that's great because it is, it's very clear and direct. It talks about the benefit, securing your child's future, which I asked it to do. And it says what it, what the purpose of the guide is, to learn how to save for college on a budget. Then it has this, like I asked for a 1-sentence description, some bullets, and then the call to action. So basically, it produced exactly what I wanted. Now, at this point, you have a couple of options. One is, if it didn't quite produce what you were looking for, you can click this try again button and it will rewrite it. The other thing that you can do is elaborate on your prompt. So let's say there's something specific that you wanted it to mention that wasn't included. Add that to your prompt. Or you can prompt it to use a different tone. So you can say, write this in a professional tone, or write this in a casual voice. So the more information you give in the prompt, the more the suggestion will be tailored to what you're looking for. So then after you're pretty happy with the suggested output, you can click apply. And the cool thing is that Kajabi will automatically put in the content. So what it did though, is it actually added the content. This is the content from the AI. It added it below the placeholder content. So what I'm going to do here in the editing box on the left, I'm going to make this full screen. I'm going to delete the placeholder. I'm also going to delete headline, the word headline, and these quotation marks. Now I'm going to click on this and make it, that's a little too big. Let's say make it like that. I'm also going to delete the word description. And let's see how that looks. So that looks much better. I might do a little more formatting, like I'm going to make this a little wider. Move that up. I might also take this and make it align to the left. There we go. I have to also make this form wider. But then I would click my form for my opt-in, and you can see that I've produced this landing page for a lead magnet in just a few minutes with the help of Kajabi's AI-powered content assistant. So that's the first way that you can use Kajabi AI. The second way is to use it to help you write an email. So I'm here under marketing and email campaigns, and I'm going to click new email campaign, email broadcast, and click continue. And then Kajabi asked me to select a template. So I'm just going to use this basic text one. And I'm going to call this, I'm just going to use that same example. So I'm going to call this college savings guide. So let's say after I create my opt-in page for this free guide, I want to send an email to the people on my email list that shares the link with them. So I'm going to go here to where I edit the content, and I'm going to say like new free college savings guide. And then I'm going to go to the content of my email, click on the text block. And now if you look here on the left, you can see that same symbol for the content assistant above the text editor. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm basically going to do the same thing with the prompt here that I did on the landing page. I'm just going to be very clear about what I'm looking for in this email. So I'm going to say, act like an email marketer, write an email broadcast that encourages the reader to click on a link to download a free guide about how to save for college on a budget include a greeting, introduction, description of the guide with bullet points about the benefits and a call to action at the end. So very specific about what the email should be about, what the structure should be, overall what I'm looking for. And then I'm going to click generate. And you'll see how quickly Kajabi will write this email for me. Now, for both the landing page and the email or anything else you create with AI, I really recommend editing it to make sure, first of all, that it's accurate, and also that it sounds like you. Because you don't want to send an email or share a landing page that sounds like a robot wrote it, right? And you certainly don't want to send an email or share a landing page that has errors in it. So take what the content assistant gives you and use it as a starting point. It does save a lot of time so that you're not starting from scratch, but it's not to say that you don't have to do any work. So just use these tools that I'm going through to speed up the process, but not to like entirely do it for you. So it gave me a subject line, which I would have to, I wouldn't put this in the body of the email itself. So I just kind of copy it and save it. I'm going to actually cut it out of here and save it for later. I'm also not going to say greeting. I'm going to say hi, right? Okay, now let's read what it said. Are you a parent or student looking for ways to save for college without breaking the bank? We have the perfect guide. So I might want to edit this to say, I have the perfect guide for you. Introducing my free guide. This guide will provide you with this information. I might want to put this on the next line. Here are some benefits you can expect. So of course, if you are writing an email that is directing people to the landing page that you made, make sure that the two things are consistent, right? So the benefits that you talk about in the email should match the benefits that you talk about on the landing page. Or you could just use this content assistant to write a regular weekly email newsletter, in which case you don't have to worry about whether the content of the email corresponds with something else. So, and then it has the call to action. Don't wait any longer. Now I'm going to actually delete the word call to action. I would probably put this in a button. Click here to download your free guide now. And then I would change this. Or I might say, before you go, hit reply and let me know what's your biggest struggle when it comes to saving for college. So then I would click apply, and Kajabi puts this content into the email for me. So now once again, it put the content underneath the original placeholder content. So I would have to go in here and delete the placeholder content. And then I would probably play around with the spacing. So I would, maybe space it out a little bit more. Maybe here I would use, instead of the dashes, I would make a bulleted list. And then, of course, I would want to make sure that where it says click here to download your free guide, I would want to make sure that I put the link to my landing page. But basically, this email would be done for me in a matter of just a few minutes. Now, the third way that you can use AI in Kajabi is when you're creating a product like a course. So if I click on new product and I click on course and I click get started, I can put in a course title and a description. And then if this button is toggled on where it says use this information to generate a sample course outline, this is it's basically like the option to use AI. So if you turn this off, then you will not get an AI generated course outline. But if you put it on, you will. So the title of my course would be something like Saving for College on a Budget. And I'm going to say in this 6-step course, families or parents, maybe parents and caregivers will learn. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say in this course, a proven 6-step process for saving for their child's college education on a budget. Each step contains practical information and implementation advice. Okay, let's see what this gives me. So I click continue. I'm just going to skip the image for now. I'm going to put in a price. I would choose my payment provider. Click save and finish. And now this does take a little bit longer than the email or the landing page because the output is a little bit more extensive. You can see, you can kind of get a little preview here of what it is the course outline is generating for me. So I indicated that the course leads people through 6 steps. So it's outlining the 6 steps, and then within each step, which is basically a module of the course, it's giving 3 lessons per step. And the cool thing is that it set up everything for me in Kajabi. So if I just expand each of these steps by clicking on the little arrow to the right, you can see that I have basically an entire course content outline. Steps 1 through 6. And then each step has a lesson. And you can see that if you look at what the lessons are, you can see that it followed my instructions to make things actionable and, with instructions for implementing it. So there's a lot of verbs here like assess your financial situation, calculate your need, compare your plans, invest your money. So I think it followed my instructions well. So this really saves a significant amount of time. What I would have to do as the course creator at this point is I would, first of all, edit this outline as necessary. So let's say I wanted to add an additional step, or if I wanted to put in additional lessons within one of the steps, or if I wanted to tweak the module title or the lesson titles, I could do that. And then after my outline is complete, then I would go and create my content and upload it into Kajabi. But I have a very solid starting point at this time. So if I go here, it's not showing me anything because everything is set to draft. So if I publish, I'm not going to do them all, but if let's say I'm just going to put these first 2 modules or these first 2 steps to set to published. And then I go on my preview screen. You can see that I have at least the beginning stage of my course set up in a matter of minutes, thanks to the Kajabi AI assistant.